Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. It is Binky. I hope you are well. I am doing great. I actually got sleep. Yeah, I know. It's rare. I don't really sleep a lot, but that's not why you're here, but I have a really hard time with that. I don't know. I think sleep is such a waste of time, and yet it's like the best thing you could do for your body. So it's this pull. Because I want to take care of myself, but I don't want to waste my life. Now we became all philosophical. What are we doing? So that's not why you're here. We are here for January 2020, roaring 20, still getting into it. Keep positive. This is going to be a good year. Keep thinking that. See every day as a new year and try to improve yourself. But we are in January 2020 and I'm going through things that I bought on my budget here. It's not really so much of... So what I'm trying to do this year, it's like, how do I go about this? So I started this project last year. I think I did this in January, February, talking about how much I spent. And it was going to be all last year going, this is what I brought into my collection versus what I used. And I didn't finish it. I did not finish it. So this is interesting because I actually am doing a video next about what I decluttered, or not decluttered, but what I used or panned. And I already have panned some things in January because I was almost done with them in December, and how much the cost difference was. I was going to do it with this video, but I'll probably do it with the next one. So watch that. Or because I'm filming it today, I may put the price at the end of how much I ended up decluttering, or not decluttering, using versus how much I brought in. So, you know, I'll put the total at the end. So just a little bit of an introduction. I started this project last year where I was doing, trying to cut back and being responsible for what I was buying. And then what ended up happening was I ended up spending quite a lot last year. And so I was like, ooh, this is not working. And kind of don't want to know how much I spent last year. I think I spent more than usual. And it was supposed to be a low buy, and I was frustrated a little bit. And so I think this year I definitely am going to do it regardless. And I kind of have a budget of what I'm doing, and everybody has a different budget. So this is what I want to point out. Because when I say what I want to budget every month, certain people are going to be clutching their pearls, but everybody has a different base that they make. I also live in New York City, where people for doing certain projects and things tend to get paid more than everywhere else in the US. We also do have a higher standard of living, but I also live with my best friend and have a decent deal where I'm at. There's rent stabilized things like that. So it's different. Also, I do a lot of work. I do various things, and some months I make more money. Some months I don't make as much, but my base per month is pretty decent. So I'm happy with it. So I guess that's why I'm explaining it. So what I would like to do, my goal is to spend, originally it was going to be $250 a month. And I know people are like, oh my God, but if you think about it, when I look at my paycheck and the different checks that come in, because I do various things, it actually isn't too much. I actually save a huge amount of my paycheck every month. And it's not like I'm rich by any means, no, but I'm very good at budgeting and putting money away. And so I'm not in debt in any way. I have no debt whatsoever. I definitely put money away every month. That's very important to me. This year I know exactly how much I'm taking out of every paycheck. And I do get bonuses sometimes throughout the year depending on what I'm doing or what's happening in my life with what I do. So if I get a bonus, I put most of that away, even though the government taxes most of it. But, it's complicated. But, I definitely am responsible. And I want to point that out. I'm very responsible. So, yes, I'm not one of those people who's like, I'm $40,000 in debt. No, it's not like that. And things happen, especially with school. Most people are in debt. So, but I ended up paying that off a while ago. So, yeah. Yes, that, and I went to a school that wasn't expensive, and I was on scholarships. So that made my life a lot easier. That really does make your life a lot easier, thanks to scholarships and a school that wasn't outrageous. So it was all good. So I guess that's what I'm getting to. It's a lot more than people probably want to know. But I originally was looking at $250 you know, but then I was like, maybe 200 would be better. And even still, you know, that's over $2,000 a year. And I know for some people that's outrageous. For me, it's actually not. It's actually not. So I'm okay with that, especially if I'm working overtime or I get some side gigs and I get paid for that. That's just extra money, and I use it for like travel or makeup or whatever. So it's kind of complicated. My life is complicated, but yes. So that's where I'm coming from with it. So yeah. As far as gift certificates, I'm not going to count that. So if I get a gift certificate or gift from somebody and I know the price, I am not going to count that because it's not out of my own pocket. It's just not. As far as if I get a bonus or a birthday money or something, I don't know how to go about that because that is a gift to me that did not come out of my pocket. So I have to think about that because it's not coming out of my paycheck. It's money that I wasn't expecting. So that's something I'm still kind of teetering on because certain months I'm going to spend more. And so I may save that money up for that. My birthday, I'm going to spend more unless something really sucks and I don't want it. Or during the holidays, I'm going to spend more. It's just, so I may save that money. I don't know. I haven't decided. I haven't really done this. Last year, I had all the good intentions of doing it, and I just went hog wild. I may do a video where I go through every month and what I bought, but then I'll know the total, and I really don't want to know. But then I look at it, and that's kind of ignorant. And I need to look at my spending because in the 2020 onward, I want to be more responsible and get my life completely on track of all the things I want to do because I've been procrastinating with a lot of things. Life got in the way and certain situations, and now it's like, you know, push it aside and move forward. So it's kind of a year of self-discovery. So it's interesting, and I know this is a lot of blah blah blah, but it is. It's a year of self-discovery in a lot of ways. I know who I am as a person for sure, but it's more of where I want to go and what I want to do and the things that I want to do that I need to quit procrastinating on, if that makes sense. So yeah. So this is kind of going to be a journey, and the next year it'll be easier because I want to continue doing it, and I'll see what my goals are in that year. So we'll see. But yes, long introduction, but that way we don't have to do it again. You know, maybe every quarter I will think about it and have another reflective video because I think it's important. I do. Especially look at if you want to change what you're doing in life, you have to be reflective and honest about it. So there you go. So the main things that I want to say with this is that with the budget, 200, I was leaning towards 250, I'm still deciding, but I'm trying to stick with 200, is that this would also be products that I would be replenishing. So these would be my holy grails or things that I've run out on, which kind of sucks, but do I need to really spend more than that? Probably not. I have so much stuff here. It's a good thing to reel it in, and I probably have dupes for most of the things I'm buying, and so I need to be really aware of that, and that's why I'm using a lot of things from my collection. So you'll see that. That's part of it. So it won't be like deodorant or toothbrushes or toothpaste. That stuff doesn't count, or, you know, it's more of anything that's like skincare, like masks, or things like that, that'll be part of the 200 budget. So, but anything that I need, you know, I'm not going to go shampoo's coming out of it. I mean, yeah, come on. So, you know, I'm not going to do that. But with this, yeah. So, there's going to be a separate video about things that tempted me and things. So I'm not going to go into that because a few things did and I did not buy them. And a few things I bought and I'm like, So let's start with the Lunar New Year. So Lunar New Year has come and gone. Well, it's here. It's the year of the rat all darn year. And a lot of cute products come out during the Lunar New Year, and I'm a sucker for it. I am a sucker for it. Red's my favorite color. I love the red. I love the gold. There's a lot of great festivities here in New York City. I love the food. I love the vibe. I love Lunar New Year. I do. And the thing is, it's great here in New York City. It's a blast. So if you get a chance to do it, do it. It's fantastic. So delicious food, just bright, colorful, fun times. It's wonderful. That's what I love about New York City. The diversity kicks ass. And it was amazing. With that comes the beautiful collections. So one of them I cannot find. I put it away because I was worried it would get destroyed. So you will not see it here. I'll put the picture in the video. So this is MAC Cosmetics, and it was their Lunar New Year collection. I wanted one of the lipsticks. I think it was Dark Side or Dark something, and I couldn't find it. Nobody had it. It sold out. I did want that, but it sold out, and maybe it's for the best. But I ended up picking up this guy here, which is the highlighter in, I'll put the name to it, something Gleam, Double Gleam, MAC. And I've never used it. I don't really, except for the lipsticks, I really don't use too much of MAC's products because their eyeshadows have disappointed me every single time. Every time I use them, I don't like them, and they tend to wear away on me within 4 to 5 hours. They wear off. And if I'm paying that kind of price, and MAC used to have a really, you know, MAC used to be the industry standard, and I'm not impressed with the eyeshadow formula. That's just me. It may work for you. Maybe my chemistry don't like it. Their lipsticks are wonderful. I've never used their highlighters. I do have some of their blushes from long ago that I need to start using, and I haven't. So I bought this, and I have no intention right now of using it. It was more for a collective piece, which is kind of ludicrous because you're not really using it. You're not using it. It's a collector piece. Which part of me wants to kick myself, and the other one's like, but you're allowed to do that. And so I'm on the fence if I'm going to use it, but it's here, it's beautiful. The only thing I don't like about it is it's the year of the rat, and they put a dragon. And yes, the dragon is a big deal in Chinese culture and a lot of Asian culture, but you know, it's a big deal, and you know, it can mean luck, prosperity, different things. And so I understand why they did it because it's the Lunar New Year, but it was a little bit lazy because it's the year of the rat. And I feel like the problem is because it's year of the rat, people don't know how to market it because rats aren't cute. Especially if you live in New York City, they're definitely not cute. No, I've seen a rat, and I'm not kidding, this size on the subway platform. This size, running around. Tourists were screaming. I just kept reading my tablet because I'm like, it's New York. I had seen some that big, but it was huge. It was a big boy. The tourists were screaming. I looked and I moved on. It went right past me. I mean, what's it going to do? Bite my ankle off? No, it didn't care. And I was wearing rider boots, so it didn't care. But a lot of people don't really find it cute, which brings me to Clinique. So Clinique ended up bringing out one as well, and it's Year of the Rat. And this is the cutest packaging. There you go. So this kind of ended up eating up my budget, and here's why. Because I ended up picking up 2. Now, why did I pick up 2? Because a friend wanted one, and so I picked it up, and then she ended up getting it and didn't tell me. Still love her, and so I am stuck with 2. Yeah. So I don't know what to do. I don't. But this is one of those things where it was Year of the Rat. This is indeed a mouse. And again, I think it's that marketing. I think it's that marketing of how do we make a rat work? And I love wagashi, Japanese wagashi, and we have a wagashi place here that I am a huge fan of. And they had like Lunar New Year boxes, and I bought one. Yeah. And again, rat. It's like, oh, okay, here's a nice, cute food product. How are we going to put a rat on it? You know, so a lot of places were putting mice on everything. And I'm like, that's not a rat. That's not a freaking rat. This is not a rat. Now, I have to be careful because one of these is broken, and this is indeed the one that's broken. It keeps popping out, so it's not stuck correctly. I feel like they kind of rushed this product, and this is what it looks like. Let me pull out the other one, because I was going to sell one of these because, yes, but then the one that I was going to sell is broken, and nobody wants that. It's whirling around. Nobody wants that. So this one is secure. So this is what it looks like. Very small, but I'm actually okay. You know, highlighter lasts forever. I want to make sure this doesn't fall out. And this is what this little guy looks like. $25 for both of these. I love this. I'm not going to use it. I am going to keep one because I am. I am. I'm going to keep it for my collection and just leave it out because I think it is adorable. I love it. And the packaging with the red and then the gold and then this. One day I hope to have, you know, move out of New York City perhaps and have a house and put some of these things on display. This is just absolutely beautiful. I love it. I absolutely love it. This other one I don't know quite what to do with because it pops right out. And I don't want to pop it out because it may break. So I just, like I said, I don't necessarily want to put this for sale because it's moving around. I don't know. Maybe I could put that in the description, say, look, it is popping out, and see what happens. Or I could just use it. It may be that I just end up using it. I mean, why let it go to waste? I just don't need two of them. But it's definitely bouncing around. You can hear it. Yeah. So that was disappointing. I actually had two issues. I got this from Bloomingdale's because they were the only ones who had it. And two products that I bought were broken. One was a candle that was on sale, broken. And I picked it up in the store. So I'm just like, really? You guys didn't even look at this stuff? So anyway, yeah. It cut off, which is good because it was a long rant. And actually it wasn't a long rant. But yeah, yeah. I thought Bloomingdale's was always supposed to be kind of like higher end, and I just found going in there it's not. It's kind of like a Macy's now, which all those used to be higher end, and now they're just kind of wah. But anyway, so yes, so that was my purchase, part of my purchase, which I'll put to the side. I think one was $39, the other two were $50, so together in total, so that's, you know, $89 or so, and I'll be putting the prices to the side. Now this next thing was an order from Ulta, and I had the 20% off coupon, and I did indeed use it for this. So there's one item that I needed, so I'll just start with that. So this is Clean at Zero Banala & Co., and it is a balm, and I actually really like balms. I know some people don't. I just feel like I love the way it breaks down my makeup, and yes, it's very oily and thick on the face, but then I use a cleanser and it wipes right off, and then I use a toner afterwards, so everything's removed. I just love this. I feel like it cleans my face really well. I absolutely adore it, so I'm a huge fan of balms, and I was out. So basically, I'm not out, but I'm almost out, and so I'm like, okay, I'm going to go ahead and buy this because I need it. So this should last me a good 2 months or so. I'm using other products because I'm doing a pan with all my skinning stuff, so, or my skincare stuff, and so this may last me even 3 months. So I was like, okay, that I need, and I'll put that to the side with the 20% discount, so I ended up buying that. That was a necessity, which I said this would count as kind of, you could use facial wash, but you need to get the makeup off. So, but it is a little bit like, come on. So the next couple things were palettes. Palettes, my things that really get me, and this will be good to show what gets me, and I know it is, it's palettes and lipsticks. Every time, palettes and lipsticks. I end up getting 4 palettes, 1 lipstick, and that's it. And the Banalo. Yeah. 4 palettes that I really did not need. And so this is good because it's showing me what happens. I get really excited by stuff, and I'm like, yeah, and then I buy it, and then I'm like, fuck. So we'll start with this. This is Milano, and this is Gilded Pastels. Now here's the thing, I love pastels. I absolutely adore pastels. Here's the packaging. I love pastels, and pastels, it looks like are going to be big this year. I'm one of the only people who likes pastels. Pastels are very difficult for most skin tones. They can look really ashy, chalky, just, I get it. But for somebody with my skin tone, they tend to do really well. You know, they do. And I think if you have very fair skin, porcelain skin, fair skin, they're going to do better by you. They really are. Than somebody who has, you know, medium or deeper skin tones. It's, if you have a tan and warmer skin tones, they can be a bit tricky too. I feel like pastels only work for certain people. That's why people don't use them that often, because nobody wants them. You know, I want them. I do, but that's not enough. So of course, because it's rare for pastels to come out, and I know they're hard to formulate, I got this. And I was just intrigued by it, and ooh, there's plastic on it. My goodness. Keeping us safe, but destroying the environment. So yeah, but we'll get into that later. So I'm actually doing a video on that. Look for it. I can't get this off. Well, I can't get it off, and I don't have scissors with me. And part of me is thinking about returning it. Yes, I actually am. And then I don't know what I would do. But this is what it looks like behind packaging. It's very nice, very pretty, very easy to wear. You know, looking at this, it's very easy to wear except for a couple colors. It's a safe way of doing pastels. And so, but I have these colors ad nauseum. I also have the purple. So part of me is like, why are you buying this? Part of me wants to return this. Maybe it's a good thing I can't get this off because I end up getting another pastel. These are like twinsies. Twinsies. The Ice Fantasy palette from Morphe. I've never had a Morphe palette before. They intrigued me. Everybody's doing this weird design. And I just, looking at it, I think that I could definitely dupe it with just this alone. I mean, the quality may be different, but look at it. It's very similar. It just does, it's almost identical to where it's like, why do I need this? So part of me is like, yeah, it was only like 15 bucks or 13 bucks, but I don't need it. So I may return this. Looking at it now, having this moment staring at this, I may return this. I may return it. So it's a good thing I didn't pull that thing off. I used this palette to create the look that I'm wearing today. I'm going to have a review on it. I'll be putting the first impressions of a Morphe palette. I've never used a Morphe palette before. I don't know how I feel about it. I told myself I would never use it, but this color story intrigued me, and so I bought it. But I was like, I will never use a Morphe palette. Never. I was looking for the 4 horsemen to come out of the sky. I was like, oh no, here it comes. No. I did it. How do I feel about it? I don't know. It's one of those brands that I'm kind of like, but I do like the eye look that it created. So there will be the first impression video, and then I'll be doing a palette bingo with this, and then maybe 2 of them, and then a review. So I did end up picking up this. It was 25 bucks plus 20% off. Pastels. Do I need this? No. And this is why I'm glad I'm doing this. I'm monitoring what I'm doing, and honestly, I don't need both. So this one will probably go back. It's just that I don't have to go to the store, and I'm a lazy person. So I'm not lazy. It's just I'm doing so much in life that going to Ulta in Manhattan, which is really not accessible to me, is a pain in the butt. Yeah. So there you go. So put those to the side. So then I picked up another thing that had been intriguing me for a while, and this I do not regret because I saw this on Beauty News, and it's the Physicians Formula Gold Vault, and I ended up picking it up. Now I have been using this, and I will have a review here probably in the next week or 2. Yeah, I actually like this. When I did the first impression of it, I wasn't sure, but so far I'm really enjoying this. I'm really enjoying this. I think this is a very nice palette. There are some problems with it, but you know, it's a drugstore brand, and I know, you know, high-end brands that have really kind of disappointed me with their quality, and this isn't disappointing me. There's some that are hit and miss, but I'm really liking this, actually. I'm really liking it. I'm enjoying using this, and so I wasn't sure at first, but the more I use it, the more I really love it. So I was happy about this. Yes, it's kind of repetitive in its shades, but I don't care. You know, it's enough of a difference. Some of them are very similar, but I don't care. I'm really happy with it. And this gold mascara is really freaking cool, by the way. It's really cool. I'm loving this. I don't regret this at all. And it's like under $15. So I'm happy with this. This is actually really good. Really good. And I don't regret that one at all. So the next 2 items are from Nabla, and it was the Dreamy 2 palette and one of the lipsticks that came with it, cream lipsticks. I love Nabla, and I saw a couple people do some amazing looks with this, and I was like, I want this. I want to do said amazing looks. And what I love about Nabla is their packaging is just beautiful. What I will say is that this one is not my favorite. This is a little bit, the packaging's a little, usually their packaging's just gorgeous, where I'm like, this one's a little lackluster out of what they normally do. Normally their stuff is just art in itself. This one I'm a little, So this is what the palette looks like. I haven't used it. I've swatched it because that's what I do. I'm like, oh my God, get my fingers in it. And it's just beautiful. Not the most, I thought it was a little bit more intriguing when people were using it online, and when I received it, I'm kind of like, I don't want to judge it because the formula and things, and it's different when you're swatching it versus on your eye, but I wasn't blown away by the color scheme. But again, I haven't used it, so I don't want to say that. But what I will say is this lipstick is one of my favorites. You will see it at the end of the year as one of my favorites. And if it goes on sale, I will pick up a backup. God knows I don't need a backup. Maybe I have a dupe somewhere in my collection. I don't want to ever be without this color, ever. This thing is amazing. It's called My Rules, and I will do a review of this whole collection because I also have the blush palette, but I end up getting that in December, so it doesn't count, and do a full review. But this I've worn a few times, and every time I wear it, people are like, what is that lip color? This, totally worth it, even without the 20%. Totally worth it. So yeah, so that is basically, there's a grand total, and I think I have it on the computer there. Okay, the computer's over there, had a look. So the grand total of what I spent this month was $195.48. So that leaves me $4 and, what did I say, 52 cents? Somewhere along there. I'm doing it out of my head here, and I forgot what the total was. I think it was 52. So $4.52 is what I have left over. So not bad. Maybe what I should do is if I go under the amount, I can use that at the end of the year, because God knows I'm going to use it during the holidays. Yeah, when Christmas comes, I'm going to go ape. So it's like, yeah, maybe I should do that. Yeah. But no, but I know I'm going to go over in other places. I know myself, but that's not bad. So yeah, I could buy a Starbucks coffee with that. So that is not bad. If I had to do it all again, looking at this collection or looking at what I have, to be honest with you, and I'll show you, missing the MAC highlighter because I can't find it. I put it away for safekeeping. This is what $195.48 looks like this month. And, well, let me pull this box out. Let's do this again. This is what it looks like, minus the highlighter. So, yeah. When you look at it that way, it's kind of like a little depressing. You're like, this is under $200, and you're like, this. Which is interesting, because when you think about it, if I spent $100 more, I could buy myself a tablet. But, you know, I don't know, but I enjoy this. So I'm not going to feel badly about it because I enjoy it. You know, you can buy a piece of clothing for $200, and it's just a piece of clothing. So it's what is valuable to you. So I actually don't feel badly. I don't. If I had to do it again, I need this. I need this for what I do. I don't regret this. I just wish my friend had taken the one, so I'm stuck. So if I was to look at everything that I did this month, the two things that I would have gotten rid of is $25 and then this, which is about $13. So, you know, near $40 worth of product. I may use one, I may sell one, I haven't decided. She has it, she doesn't need it. This I don't need. This I do not need. So I think if I get up there, I'm going to return it, which will help me get rid of some stuff. I just don't know what I'm going to do with these two items yet. So, though I love this, and part of me is like, it'd be fun to use it. Why not just use it and then keep one? I don't know. And then with these items, I have absolutely, and a highlighter that's not here, I have no issue with. None. Absolutely not. I think it was worth it. Morphe, I'm kind of, it's more out of sick curiosity, but for like $20, I'm not upset about it. So this I'm fine with. You know, I'm just on the fence with these two because I didn't expect to have two of them. So in the end, I think it was a fairly good month. I'm okay with it. I know where the couple things I was like, ooh, and one was a mistake and the other one was just, I didn't need it. So I'm happy with it. I'm under budget. Things are good. Yes. So let me know what you think about this. Are you on a budget? How do you feel about it? Some people may not see this as a low buy. For me, trust me, this is a low buy. Trust me. I really like skincare. I really like, you know, lipsticks and perfumes and all these things that add up. And I'm not buying a lot of that this year. I'm just not. So let me know what you think. And until next time, have a fabulous day, my friends. Bye.